Bill Belichick's 300th career victory.
I put that work in, now what we work. I ain't talking 9 to 5, talking all the time.
All right, two undefeated teams. The Patriots and 49ers are the top of the list of the current FPI rankings. The Chiefs come in at number 3, followed by the Vikings at 4 and Saints at 5. Just missing the top 5 are the Packers at 6 and Cowboys at 7. It is time now for Steven's A-list. Look who's here, upgrading it again. Let's get it. Marcus Spears is in the building.
Let's go. I appreciate it, Stephen. I always got to give a shout out to the GOAT when he let me do this. Let's go to number 5. And who is that? That's the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm not going to say why. I'm going to say I'm glad you asked. Number 1 reason, they are the top in scoring and totals. And when you think about Pat Mahomes has been out. Tyreek Hill was out for a while. This team is still balling. Yes, I said it. Number 5 is the Chiefs. Let's go to number 4. The Green Bay Packers. Have you seen Aaron Rodgers? I'm glad you asked why, Marcus, do you have them for? They're playing defense now. They can rush the passer. They won games by 10 points. They won games by 42 points. I don't know if anybody is showing the range that the Green Bay Packers are showing right now with 12 at quarterback. Give me number 3. Who's that? I'm glad you asked. That's the 49ers. Yes, this run game is a monster, Shanahan. But we can get to all of the offense. Let's talk about the defense and this Bosa boy. Golly. He's sacking the quarterback. He's picking off passes. They are running for 160 a game. Are you kidding me? That's why the 49ers are 3rd. Let's go number 2, the Saints. I'm glad you asked. Because Teddy Bridgewater was 5-0. We talked about him being 500, and that would be good enough. Guess who's back? Drew. Drew is back. Guess who ain't going to get confused by these blitzes and these stunts, and he going to call the right protection? It's Drew Brees. The Saints have a complete football team. I think they expressed that when Drew Brees was out of the game. And you know who number 1 is. I'm glad you asked anyway. It's the New England Patriots. Are you kidding me? Are you serious? Guess how long the New England Patriots have been down in games, Max? 1 quarter. Yeah. All season, they have trailed 1 quarter in the NFL. This defense is for real. Not offense, not world beaters. Mm-hmm. But when you play defense, you got a chance to win a championship.
First of all, let me say something. First of all, I think it's very, very corny that you were like, I'm glad you asked. What? What? I mean, what? When I say why, all you got is, I'm glad you asked. I mean, that's some Max Kellerman stuff right there. You got to have a little bit more flavor than that. Right now, a little more flavor than that. That's number 1. Number 2, I got to tell you something. I don't understand how you can have the Patriots number 1. Do you know why? It is because we just finished lamenting the state of affairs with the Cleveland Browns. So basically, the Cleveland Browns, the New York Jets, it does get to a point where we get to ask, who the hell did you play? Yep. And I'm not saying they don't deserve to be a top 2 or a top 3 team, but when I look at the Saints and what they've been able to do with a Teddy Bridgewater, when I'm looking at everybody talking about the 49ers being that team, and now Jimmy G, porn star Jimmy, might end up playing Tom Brady in a Super Bowl, I got to sit there and say to myself, yo, the Patriots are one of the top teams in the NFL. No doubt about that. They belong on the list. But at some point, if I'm seeing San Francisco run roughshod over Carolina, if I'm looking at the Saints do what they do without Drew Brees, and then Drew Brees comes back and they still look the same, at some point I might have to sit there and look at the Patriots and say, yo, you might need to take a backseat for this particular week.
Okay, since I'm not screaming wild,
I'm glad you asked. I'm glad you asked.
Let me ask you this question. Okay. Let me ask you this. Who won the Super Bowl last year?
Patriots.
All right. Who's undefeated?
Patriots.
Who got the best defense in the league?
Patriots.
Who Tom Brady play for?
Well, who has the best offense?
I'm glad you asked. Hold on, I'm glad you asked because the Patriots have a great defense and the Niners have a great defense.
Who?
And you know what the difference is? one team has the quarterback Bill Belichick wants, and the other has the quarterback Bill Belichick's got.
Don't start that foolishness.
Yeah.
Don't start. You know, guess how many?
Belichick was ready to get rid of Brady for Garoppolo.
Guess how many Super Bowls the Patriots done won since Garoppolo left?
No doubt, and Belichick still wanted to bounce Brady for Garoppolo.
All right. And let me ask you another question. As we get into this,
How many losses San Francisco got?
Garoppolo, 0. Guess who coaching for the New England Patriots?
Yeah.
I'm glad you asked that question.
You act like Shanahan can't coach.
So now Shanahan and Bill Belichick in the same conversation?
I mean, Shanahan. Bill Belichick came back on Shanahan as a
Stephen A., I know
but
you.
Shanahan ran up a big score on him.
I know you far away, but did Max just put Shanahan and Belichick in the same conversation?
Well, Max is a bit lost at times. Matt loses sight.
Okay.
Max takes so many damn different sides. He forgets the sides that he takes. He keeps bringing up Kyle Shanahan, but he forgets the fact that Kyle Shanahan was responsible for giving up a 25-point lead in the Super Bowl.
No, that's the head coach.
I don't care.
The offensive coordinator.
I'm gonna hold him accountable for that as the offensive coordinator.
So
well, all you had to do was hold on to the damn ball. He was calling pass plays after he had the lead and time on his side.
49ers are number 1 right now based on who they've beaten and what their record is. They're number 1. The Saints are number 2. The Pats are number 3 at the moment.
Okay. Well, we don't disagree there. We don't disagree there.
I mean,
I put the Saints number 1. That would be me. Saints number 1, 49ers number 2, Patriots number 3. That would be me.
Isn't it
I like your list.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Is this the same guys that said Clemson get benefit of the doubt, or is this the wrong? I do a lot of shows during the year.
That would be me. That would be me.
Yeah, me too.
That would be me.
Me too, yeah. Benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Top 4, not top 1.
You see the irony in that?
Benefit of the doubt means top 4.
But let's not keep the
college
Patriots
football.
there.
College
because
football
they've given
doesn't
us-
have to play everybody. The
because-
NFL, you're going to end up facing dudes.
Because they've given us no reason to believe that they're not number 1.
Oh, really?
Tell me what reason
Look,
you believe
TD
that
Jakes.
the Patriots
Look,
are
TD Jakes, let me tell you something right now.
One team with a pulse. They played one team with a pulse this year.
Sure have.
They almost lost to them, and it's when their quarterback went into concussion protocol and kind of bailed them out.
Kyle
Yeah,
Allen?
that was it. That was the only team they
Josh
beat.
Allen.
That with a pulse, they beat the
Molly?
Jets, the Dolphins, the Giants,
Yeah.
Washington.
Okay.
It's hot garbage.
They got
Okay.
real teams coming
Ma-
up, though. They got the Ravens Sunday.
all right.
Yeah,
Molly,
Stephen A.
the way Marcus is leaning back in my chair, trying to act calm, asking questions, I'ma now call him TD Spears. As in TD Jakes, I'll call him TD Spears. You understand?
The Papa
TD
shout
Spears.
out to
You
the
understand?
Papa.
You can sit up there, hold on to it all you want to. I'm glad you asked.
Stephen
I'm
A., I
glad
love you
you
to death,
asked.
man, but I'm telling y'all
Come on,
right
man.
now, don't be you and Max right now. Y'all kind of off kilter with this whole Clemson and not New England
No,
thing.
you off
New England
kilter.
ain't lost the game.
You off
They
kilter.
12-0 actually.
Yeah, that's why they deserve a chance to defend the title.
They're
I thought
actually
put them number
12-0.
1.
Okay. All right, guys. All right. We're going to sit here all
Don't
year
talk
long.
to us about
So,
that. Talk to your
okay.
buddy Paul
Costume with the
Feinbaum. He's the one that
Patriots
doesn't
jersey
want
will kill the
Clemson
internet.
defending their crown.
All right, we'll leave it there. Marcus,
You
you're
right.
staying with us. Will the Philadelphia Eagles overcome your Cowboys, Marcus? Find a way to win the NFC East. We play Take It or Leave It. Coming up next.
High noon.
Highly questionable.
Go around the horn.
PTI.
Hey, man.